Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Movie Reviews for Life, and this is my continuing review on the Eddie and the Cruisers films. Eddie and the Cruisers 2, Eddie Lives, was released in 1989, and in my opinion, it's a very kind of underrated film because it brings back the awesome music from the first film and creates new music for this film. And believe me, this soundtrack rocks just like the original one does in like so many ways. On my movie soundtracks one account, I actually put down a few songs from the Eddie and the Cruisers 2 soundtrack because it's really that awesome. But it's a little bit rarer than the first film's soundtrack. Anyway, this time we get Jean-Claude Lord directing the film. We do get Michael Pare back as Eddie Wilson. This time he goes under the name Joe Westo, and this is through his point of view on things now. Like, the film's continued after the ending of the first film. Matthew Laurence returns as Amato in a brief cameo. And we do get Michael Antunes, nicknamed Tunes, who played Wendell Newton in the first film, and we get him back here, in a couple of flashbacks, dating back to before. We also get, cameos by Larry King, Bo Diddley, and Martha Quinn. Which is kind of cool. Bo Diddley coming in, during a scene where they find a lost tape that wasn't Eddie with the Cruisers. It was Eddie with someone else, and Bo Diddley is one of the people that was the band with him. So that was kind of fun to watch. Basically, it's set probably a couple of years after the ending of the first film, and although Eddie looks very happy at the end of the first film for the release of Season in Hell, he now looks like he's pissed off that he's constantly he wants to escape his past, and constantly hearing Eddie Wilson is kind of pissing him off in a way. And he tries his best to stay away, and he winds up meeting this girl named Dianne, played by Marina Orsini, and she kind of opens up his eyes a little bit. He's constantly pursued by Rick Diesel, played by Bernie Coulson, and to play in a new band, and it's Diana who basically helps him, Dianne, who basically helps him understand that, you don't have to be Eddie Wilson, just be yourself, and play the music like you want to and everything else. And, the Satin Records at the same time, which is the studio that originally told Eddie that Season in Hell was crap, has now released Season in Hell, and they're putting this whole promotional thing that Eddie lives. That's where the subtitle comes from. It's not just the fact that Eddie actually is alive. And they wind up kind of following this new band, which Eddie is actually the lead singer of, not realizing that. It's kind of like they go from one story to another, but they do it in a pretty good fashion. I mean, they don't fuck things up or anything like that, and it's basically just showing a rock star's a past rock star struggle to cope with himself. It's kind of like, what if Elvis was alive now? Like, this is probably what Elvis would be going through. The only real problem I had with the movie is that they don't make mention of Doc being the one who gave them the tape. He doesn't make any mention of any of his past band members except Wendall and Sal, which are actually in the movie. At the end of the first film, Eddie seems very happy, that the album's been released, and everybody's noticing, him and everything else, because he wanted to be known for his music, and he was happy to see that. In this one, he just wants to get away from it. Like, it's like a bad part of his life or something like that, until the middle of the movie, when he starts to embrace it a little bit. And definitely the end of the movie. There's also a scene in the film which is it's literally just taken from the first film. It's where he's talking to Sal at the beach. Now you can tell that the when the camera's on Eddie, that's exactly from the first film, and all they did was change the person he's talking to. In the first film, it's Tom Berenger's character. In this film, it's Sal. It's Sal. They made him made him up to look younger or something. Maybe it was a deleted scene from the first film, but it's definitely lifted from the first film with a little bit of change. But like I said, I love this film. This is a great follow up. Very underrated. I don't know why people just don't really embrace this film. The music's awesome, the acting's awesome, the script is great. And it really, if there was to ever be an Eddie Cruises 3, I'd definitely go see it. There, as far as I know, there's no DVD release. And even if there is, there's nothing on the DVD. I know that. But they really should release this as a special edition along with the first film, and maybe a third disc, or like a bonus features or whatever. But I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. It's not as strong of a 4 as the original film, but I still think it's definitely, like the artwork, as you can see, says loads of fun. I mean, it definitely is, and it's a great follow up. So definitely go see it. Okay, 4 out of 5. Check out my movie review, movie soundtracks 1 thing, and you'll see, several songs from that film as well as other films. All right, and I will talk to you guys later.